A very good morning to all of you, my dear children. In my previous video, I have talked of kingdom Protista. There, I have discussed the basic characteristic features of kingdom Protista and the subgroups of kingdom Protista like chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, slime molds, and euglenoids. It is the continuation of the previous video. In this video, I would like to discuss the subgroup protozoans of the kingdom Protista. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Protozoans. All the protozoans are heterotrophs and they live as predators, and some members are parasitic in nature. The parasitic members are responsible for developing a variety of diseases, right? Like Giardia intestinalis, responsible for causing giardiasis. They are believed to be primitive relatives of animals. There are 4 major groups of protozoans. What are that? First, amoeboid. Second, flagellate. Amoeboid, example amoeba. Flagellate, example trypanosoma. Ciliated, example paramecium. And the sporozoans, example plasmodium. Let's discuss one by one. First, amoeboid protozoans. Amoeboid protozoans possess false feet or the pseudopodia, which are temporary protoplasmic outgrowth and which engulfs the food particle. Actually, that is the extension, the outgrowth of the protoplasm gradually entrap the food particle and then engulf and digest. That is the mechanism. If you observe this animation, it will be clear. Outgrowth, entrapping, engulfing, then digestion, right? There are 4 types of pseudopodia. Lobopodia, which is broad and blunt. Phyllopodia, that is slender, unsupported. Exopodia, that is slender with axial support. And reticulopodia, slender and reticulate. Therefore, this pseudopodia helps in locomotion as well as for engulfing the food particle. Right? Clear? These members are mostly free-living, found in fresh water, sea water, and on damp soil. Few are parasitic. The body may be covered with plasmalemma or a shell. Sometimes shell contains silica. This picture shows the figure of amoeba. Now, the next subgroup, that is the flagellate protozoans. From the name we can understand that is this group of protozoans possess flagella which help in locomotion. They are free-living, aquatic, parasitic, and some members and even remain in symbiotic association. Zooflagellates are mainly uninucleate, but some members are multinucleate also. The body is covered by a firm pellicle. Nutrition is holozoic, saprobic, or parasitic. It varies species to species. Asexual reproduction by binary fission. A variety of protozoans, flagellated protozoans, are responsible for developing diseases. For example, sleeping sickness, it is caused by Trypanosoma gambiensis. Okay, that first it attacks the lymph and the blood, and gradually the central nervous system is getting affected. Giardiasis, that is caused by Giardia intestinalis. Kala-Azar, caused by Leishmania donovani, right? Now the next subgroup is the ciliated protozoans. From the name we can understand that is these protozoans possess a number of cilia throughout its body surface. These cilia are used for locomotion and for driving food. There is a high degree of morphological and physiological specialization in this member. Most ciliates are free-living individuals in fresh or marine water. Few are parasitic. Body is covered by a pellicle, nutrition, holozoic except the parasitic members. There are definite regions for the ingestion and the egestion. The region of ingestion consists of an oral groove, cytostome, and the mouth or the gullet. As I told you, they have a basic definite groove which is called the mouth, gullet, which opens out from the cell surface. The coordinated movement of these cilia actually helps to engulf the food along with the water, and it is steered into the direction of this gullet. So this cilia helps, coordinated movement of the cilia helps in directing the food towards the gullet, and also it helps in locomotion, as I told you. Now the next group, that is the sporozoans. From the name we can understand in their life phase, at least one phase causes spores. Some spores are responsible for developing diseases. For example, Eimeria causes disease in birds. They do not possess any cilia, flagella, pseudopodia that are absent. Nutrition is parasitic. Body is covered with an elastic pellicle or cuticle. Contractile vacuoles are also absent. Asexual reproduction occurs through syngamy. Life cycle consists of two distinct asexual and sexual phases. They may be passed in one monogenic or two hosts, that is the digenic. Digenic member, can you give one example? Can you remember? Could you remember what already we have learned? In class 11, Plasmodium. Class 10 also we have learned. Plasmodium. Two different hosts, that is the female Anopheles mosquito and the human being. This brings me to the end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed. Be curious, be inquisitive, and keep learning. Thank you, my children.